Welcome everyone. This is a great song by the band Angel. Off their first album, actually the first song. This was my first concert 44 years ago. And the way I know that is Punky Meadows, who is the guitarist, is still out there with playing the band and occasionally bringing back original members. And they came to Detroit, and a couple of my buddies wanted me to go, but I don't stand so well anymore, so I declined. But my good buddies, they had still, my friend Mark still had a poster from the original concert, which was, I mean, for my first concert, unbelievable. They had a hologram that talked. You can look that up on YouTube. They all appeared in these tubes as they were announced, and then they just charged out and jammed out. What a great band. So this song Tower is in standard tuning, although if you watch some videos that are more recent, they are tuned down a half step, just for your information. But if you're playing with the original, like how I learned this, it is in standard tuning. I've written out my notes. Just click below the video and you'll be able to download those and have everything. So we're going to go over the intro and all the rhythms. I did not write out the lead. It's very difficult to pull out the lead. There's some good videos of Punky Meadows playing the lead, and it's all in A minor scale. So, you know, if you just jam along with that, you'll be fine, or watch what Punky does. Alright, so with that said, the intro, we're going to start out with a 1, 2, 3, down, up, down on an A. Then we're going to do the same thing on a G. And it's a G power chord. Back to our A is a power chord. And if you want, because of the keyboards, if you don't have keyboards, put your first finger down over the first and second string to reference a 6th root A with your power chord A at the 5th root. They don't really do that in the recording or live, but it sounds good because the keyboards are playing a higher A. So again, just an option for you. So once we reach the 3rd A, we're going to do some suspended moves. All right. What we're going to do is come up to the 7th fret, and we're going to start out with the 8th fret of the 2nd string, 7th fret of the 3rd string, and 9th fret, like a suspended, like a D suspended, but it's really an F chord. All right, we're going to be playing off of that to the D. So once D, once D, once D. And then he does a little A before he hits the chord again. Back to that move up at the 7th fret. Now we're going to move to G. So we're going to hit the G root note, then the G chord. So because we're in G, we're going to reference G here at the 2nd fret of the 2nd string, 3rd fret, 3rd string, 4th fret, 4th string. Then move to a C, C suspended as we'll call it. Back to C. Then we're going to go back to our G and then just lay down and do the C. So we have this. Alright, now we're back to the A. After that A, we're going to move to a C, and we'll hit the root note, then the chord. Then we're going to come up and add the suspended to it, okay? So what we do here is we're moving from basically the 5th fret over the 4th, 3rd, 2nd string, we will add 6 on the 2nd string and 7 on the 4th string. Keep that form, move it up a full step, move it back to C, and then down again. And then we go to a D chord with the root note first. Alright, from the C, we'll hit the root note and go through the suspendeds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we just move up to an E with a down, up, down, da da da. Alright, and then we are into verse 1, which switches off to a very less distorted riff. So to play this riff, basically I have my rhythm pickup down at about 5 so I don't get all the distortion. I switch that up and off we go. Alright, so this lick, it's not real difficult, it's just how it's played. We're kind of pedaling off the A and eventually the D string, right? So we hit the 5th string open to the 2nd fret of the 3rd string and back to 5 open. Then we come back to the 3rd string, hammered on to 4 from 2. Then back to 2. All right, so we have this. Then we're going to hit that open 5th string and then the 3rd fret of the 5th string and repeat while holding down that 3rd fret the rest of the lick. Alright, so up to that point, 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to that 3rd fret, and then that leads us up to D note. Alright, rather than using your pinky up there, we can just hit the open D on the 4th string. So we're playing back and forth again, pedaling off the D now. Then to turn it around, what he does is he grabs that 3rd fret of the 5th string with a bend and then a release off to open. And then back through the riff. Alright, so we have this. Back to 5 open. And we'll do that bend off again. This is the last note, the bend, before we start the riff again. So this way, the last 2 will be, and then back around. So you get the idea. If it's a little kludgy for you, again, I've written it out. That continues through the verse. So we do 2 measures of it, 4 times through, if you will, and then we're into the verse where we do it a total of 8 times before we go into the chorus. So for the chorus, this riff, I'm going to go through it once. We'll repeat 3 times. Alright, that's once, and then it repeats. So we start out with an A, then hit a G note on the 6th string, back to an A. I really debated if he's hitting an open G. And it sounds fine. So, you know, if you're more comfortable doing... It's But it just feels more comfortable for me to do that G note on the 6th string. Then we're going to move up B to C and come back to B to C. Alright, so we have this. Then we go to a simple D power chord and a G power chord. Back to our AGA. Then it starts over, and it starts over with the AGA. Such a fun part to play. After the chorus, they're into that intro, they reprise it, so you do 2 measures without singing, and then you're into the verse for 4 more measures, which is 8 times through with it, on top of the 2-4 that you did in the intro reprised. Alright, so now we're to the solo rhythm, so we'll go over that. So the second chorus leads us into the solo rhythm, and the reason I mention that is because the final time, or the 3rd time we play this, we're going to do this. Alright, so the final time will be 8 counts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 4 counts of 1 eanda, 2 eanda. And then they start the solo rhythm. For the solo rhythm, what we're doing is we're going to move between the G, the C, and the D. Alright, it starts out with a G note on the 6th string to an A power chord, and then 2 quick A's. He will do that a total of 15 times. So count it out. On the 15th time, or 16th time, I should say. Again, it's in my notes. He's going to hit the G to A, and then move up B to C, and then hit B back to C twice. And then he goes the C to B and C twice. A total of 7 times. On the 8th time, he moves up to the D and just slides his 5th string back to 4 and then 5. And then we ended up on an E for an A count. And then we're back into the intro reprise. So then we're into chorus 3, which is 2 measures of what we've already learned. That'll repeat again. Then we're into the outro. Now the outro we'll go through just like we just played for the chorus 3. There goes my dog, sorry. We'll do that a total of 4 measures. On the 5th measure, it changes slightly. This is, again, the outro. So I'm going to play the very 5th measure to show you what it sounds like. so that very fifth measure, we'll go through it once regular. Then we start it again when we come back from 2 to 3. We just go to a D that's held to finish up, and then we go into kind of another measure. And it's 16 counts on E, power chord. And 8 more. And then we go to A for 8 counts, and then 4 more, 1 E and a 2 E and a. And that's the song. So I really hope this helps everybody. I know Angel's not a popular band per se, but I think they have some really well done music, and my channel's never been about what's popular per se. It's what I enjoy, and this is a great song, so I hope it helps you. Enjoy.